Hare Krishna. Start with prayers. Om Ajnanatimramtasya Gnanantinashalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaः. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayurupakada Mahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamanam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savadhutam परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादां सहगणविता श्री शाखान्वितां हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमा ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नाम्नि नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुस्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं ज्ञानकृत्स्नं यस्वानुभावमखिलश्रुतिसारमेकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतितितीर्षतां तमोन्धं संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुमुपयामि गुरुं योऽं तत्प्रविश्य मम वाचैनं प्रसुप्तं सञ्जीवयति अखिलशक्तिधरस्वताम् अन्यां च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवती पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्. Hare Krishna, we are doing the sixth verse. Mostly today we do sixth verse only. We can't focus much beyond that. Let's do that once. The last time we read purport, we'll read one more time again today. The verse is this. From here, Suta Goswami starts answering questions of Saunaka sages. After prayers to Guru, Sukadeva Goswami, second and third verse. After prayer to Narnara and Rishi, Vyasdev, Lord Krishna, Saraswati Devi. In fourth verse, he appreciates the questions of the sages in the fifth verse. And then from sixth verse onwards, he starts answering. We'll see the verse purport and then we'll discuss the very important verse. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yadho bhaktiradhokshaje ahaitukya pratihata yayatma suprasidati. Sa, that, why, certainly. Pumsam, for mankind. Paraha, sublime. Dharmaha, occupation. Yataha, by which. Bhaktihi, devotional service. Adhokshade, unto the transcendence. Ahaituki, causeless. Apratihata, unbroken. Yaya, by which. Atma, the self. Suprasidati, completely satisfied. Translation: the supreme occupation dharma for all humanity is that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendental Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated, uninterrupted, to completely satisfy the self. Okay, so Krishna Chakravarti translation also is in supreme dharma, parodharma, Prabhupada read supreme occupation for all human beings, that is sadhana bhakti, is that by which prema bhakti to the Lord arises. Supreme Dharma is sadhana bhakti and bhakti is prema bhakti. Uh, which is not caused by anything other than itself, ahaituki, and cannot be obstructed, apretihata, yatma supratiti, and which satisfies the mind completely. What is the difference between two translations? Can you notice? I can read, or you can read yourself. No? Maybe you start thinking when you're reading. Srila Prabhupada translation, Vishwanath Chakravarti translation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Yeah. Then Hare Krishna. Ichayan, thank you. Okay.
What, Guruji?
Yeah, you joined. Thank you. Yesterday you said it's not convenient, not today, but
Actually, we had some seva in Brahmacharya Ashram cooking
okay.
seva, but it got cancelled, Guruji, in the night. So I am available.
Thank you for your sincerity.
Hare
So here my question is, I read two translations. One is Prabhupada translation and Vishwanath Chakravarti translation, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's translation. Do you see difference?
Mostly no difference.
No difference. Please read again.
Okay.
Please read again. Where is there? Maybe I'll read again. And you can try to focus and see. Supreme occupation, that is paradharma. Occupation is dharma. Occupation is dharma here. Supreme is para. For all humanity, is that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendental Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted to completely satisfy the self. This is Srila Prabhupada translation. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur translation. Yeah, of course, difficult to, maybe if I explain it is easy to find the difference. Great, but because you all know so many things, you can try to find. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti translation. Supreme Dharma for all living beings, sadhana bhakti, is that by which prema bhakti to the Lord arises, which is not caused by anything other than itself and cannot be obstructed, and which satisfies the mind completely. These are two translations. These two translations are, you can say, completely different, to large extent different. Two different angles both acharyas are speaking.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, my
Hare-
pronouns to you.
Then that's what, yes, mother. You can try.
The second statement doesn't seem to have any difference for me. Both seem to be unobstructed and good. Only Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has clearly stated it as prema bhakti, that is the topmost.
Okay. So Srila Prabhupada also uses the word bhakti. What is the in the purport, in translation. In what the word meaning he says devotional service. In translation he says,
Prabhuji, I also noticed the same thing. In the Srila Prabhupada translation, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning dharma as translating to loving devotional service, and
bhakti is loving devotional service. Yes.
And here it is very explicitly mentioned in Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's translation that sadhana bhakti is the cause of prema bhakti.
Correct. Right. Very good.
Otherwise, if I have to just add on, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has also clearly stated that bhakti, there is no other separate cause for bhakti than bhakti itself.
Correct. Yes.
Which is not caused by anything other than itself. But That's why I thought said literally it means the same thing, that devotional service is unmotivated.
Very good. So if you remember, whenever the word ahaituki aprehitihata comes, right? Yeah, sorry, it's not so obvious because I might have something else in the mind when I'm asking this. Right? Without background, it's difficult to catch the point. Yeah, because I read it, so that's why I can know. I'll give a clue. It's not difficult for you also to get it. Whenever we hear in the classes, ahaituki apretikata, what is the meaning? In which context the word ahaituki apretikata is presented to us?
I mean, there is no obstructions to render services.
Hmm.
Uninterrupted services we have to do continuously.
Uninterrupted service. After that, what you said?
Unmotivated.
Uninterrupted service. We have to do, right? We have to do, right? That means
Yes.
ahaituki aprehatihata is defined from the context of right? Anyone caught the point?
Please repeat, Prabhuji.
Okay. See, ahaituki apretihata, whenever you hear in the classes, in special regular classes, or whenever that shloka is quoted to make a point, in what context ahaituki apretihata is used? And with what meaning? Or with what intended purpose to convey?
Devotional service, no?
Devotional service. Okay. Maybe elaborate a little more. Already you answered.
Ahetuki, Prabhuji, mostly it's referred to the nature of bhakti, how it is received. We cannot say that we are qualified for it. It's totally causeless mercy.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
And uninterrupted.
Unmotivated. You can focus on that word, unmotivated. Ahaituki is causeless, but unmotivated is more closer to the meaning that generally that is spoken, or what I want to highlight here. Prabhupada writes word unmotivated.
Not be for any other desires. We should not desire anything.
We should not. Again, the word we. Nirmala Rangamata said we should do uninterrupted, unmotivated. Jaya Mata is saying we should not have any motivations, unmotivated. Okay, then uninterrupted means in that context, in that line,
Should not
continuous.
Consistently.
Consistent. Yeah, thinking about Krishna. Yes, very good. So,
Prabhuji,
yes, Babes.
we can also connect it into that verse, na? Anyabhilashita.
Anyabhilashita,
So
yes.
unmotivated can be connected to Anyabhilashita and uninterrupted to Gyan Karma Adi Anavritam.
Uninterrupted to Gnana Karmadi, uninterrupted, that's mixed. Another word in the that shloka 1.1.11 Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, there is another word for uninterrupted. Anu is a continuous, right? Very good. Yeah. So again, coming to the point, in this Prabhupada translation, unmotivated, uninterrupted is from the perspective of
Following the instruction of the spiritual master, we should not go ahead beyond.
Yes, definitely. Is from perspective of Jiva.
Yes,
Jiva should do unmotivated bhakti. Jiva should do uninterrupted bhakti. Right? Unmotivated, uninterrupted here are the qualities of Jiva. Right? These are not adjectives for bhakti. These are adjectives for Jiva's the bhakti that Jiva does. Is it clear?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Okay, when you see Vishnu Chakra Thakur translation, what are those two adjectives? Ahaituki aprehatihata is for?
All human beings.
No. Is
Bhakti.
Objective is obstructed.
Bhakti.
Cannot be obstructed.
Cannot be obstructed. Something else cannot obstruct bhakti. Something else cannot cause bhakti. So Vishnu Chakra Thakur is using ahaituki aprehatihata for as a qualities of bhakti. And Vishwanath Chakra Thakur, sorry, Srila Prabhupada is using these two words for the qualities of bhakti which jivas have to do from their side. Right? These are two meanings. Is it clear? Or confused?
I did not get what
Okay,
Vishwanath
yeah,
Chakra
sure.
Thakur.
Vishwanath
But
Chakra Thakur point you already elaborated what I say. Vishwanath Chakra Thakur point is bhakti is not caused by something else. Right? It's a famous thing which we hear. Right? By karma you cannot get bhakti. By jnana you cannot get bhakti. Right? So this is shloka. This is already there in 7th canto, 5th chapter. Prahlad Maharaj teachings to Hiranyakashipu. Right? Parataswato va midhobi padyeta dhruv gratana adanta gobir mishtam raisram punah punah charvida charunana. Either by individual effort, nor by group effort, nor by people coming together, they can bhakti. People get bhakti by like the pada rajobhishekam nishkinchananam cha, right? By bathing ourselves in dust of the lotus feet of devotees, bhakti comes. Right? But by other efforts, bhakti will not come. That's a one shloka. Right? Bhakti comes by bhakti. Right? Everything in this world, it has a some cause, some result. But when we come to bhakti, bhakti is only cause, bhakti is only result. Right? That is a point here. That's quality of a bhakti. That's why here says supreme dharma, that is sadhana bhakti, produces prema bhakti. Right? It's not that something else produces bhakti. That kind of bhakti, where bhakti produces bhakti, right? Because when mixed bhakti, the cause is karma and jnana also, because that is mixed. But the pure bhakti is only cause of the bhakti. By charity, by any all other means, material means, one cannot get bhakti. It has to be given to us by either by Lord or by devotee. That's the meaning of ahaituki. Ahaituki means causeless. Right? There is no cause. The cause is only itself. Like who is cause of Krishna?
No one is the cause of Krishna.
No one is cause of Krishna. Krishna is only cause of himself. Right? Similarly, bhakti, something else is not cause of bhakti. Is only cause of bhakti. Right? It said now, like now there are Sanatanas. Lord is Sanatana, Bhakti is Sanatana, Dham is Sanatana. We get in Bhagavad Gita introduction. And Prabhupada defines is Sanatana. And the relationship between Lord and Jiva is Sanatana. Right? That is Bhakti. Bhakti is Sanatana. So it is not caused by anything. Right? Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Adi is a cause of everything. Anadir. He doesn't have any cause. Sarva Karana Karana. And Adi Anadi, another meaning is it doesn't depend upon something else. Right? When something depends upon something else, one who is helping you or supporting you, that person is not there, or that object is not there. So your action, your purpose will be stalled. But it is not depend upon something else, then there will be no interruption also. Krishna, sorry, I'm just going to something else suddenly. I remember this Bhakti Brahma Samhita, verse number, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. For the meanings of the word Anadir Adir, Jiva Goswami, I not read the commentary Bhakti Brahma Samhita, only this particular verse I came across. But the meaning is, two different meanings are given for Anadir Adir. Right? Adi means origin, Anadi means there is no cause for the person. Like Krishna, he is a cause of all, is the origin of all, but he doesn't have any cause. Another meaning is given by Jiva Goswami. Anadi Radhir. Right? Everything depends upon him. He doesn't depend upon anyone else. That's another meaning of Adir Anadir given. So that is similar to these two meanings. Ahaituki, apratihata. Unmotivated, uninterrupted. Because Krishna doesn't depend upon anyone. Nothing can interrupt Krishna or stop Krishna. Right? He is always sourceful to get anything that he wants done. Similarly, qualities of bhakti are also ahaituki. There is no need of something from external to be given to bhakti so that bhakti has to progress. Of course, the word ahaituki is explained in the next sloka where bhakti causes jnana and vairagya. Right? We don't need jnana and vairagya to get bhakti. So what to speak of karma also. So that's the first meaning of bhakti. Then apratihata. Apratihata means no material situation, no material time, material impediments, or our karma. Right? Maybe I'm in a particular bad karma, or my grahas are not proper. I cannot do bhakti now. It's never like that. In all situations, circumstances, bhakti can be done by us, and bhakti itself cannot be obstructed by anything else. Right? So these are the qualities of bhakti. Ahaituki apratihata, which are also qualities of the Lord. So this is a meaning given by Vishnu Chakrita. The second meaning of ahaituki apratihata is from perspective of jivas. That is, ahaituki is unmotivated. Why it's unmotivated? Maybe we'll read, if we find time today, we can read commentary. Jiva Goswami's commentary is there on Bhakti Sandarbha. I just heard from some place and then I copy pasted. If not, maybe I'll send if you don't find time to read today. Ahaituki means unmotivated. Like, no, see, if like there are many examples, right? Unmotivated. Right? Arthi, Artharthi, Jignasi, Gnani. Arthi, Artharthi, Jignasi come under motivated bhakti. Bhakti is their sadhana, but bhakti is not their prayojana. That becomes motivated bhakti. Right? Even if we do bhakti to get liberation, that is also not accepted. I think Thursday class we are hearing. Right? Especially Gaudiya Sampradaya, even liberation is also not just Sahijya. Sahijya, no question. Even Salokya, Samipya, Sarishti. What is that? Another one. Okay. Right? Sarupya, Salokya, Samipya, Sarishti. 4.
Srishti.
Sarishti, yes. Without Sarishti, yes, Sarishti. Without service to loving service to the Lord, devotees doesn't accept this also. It's mentioned in prayers by Kapil Dev. Right? Another example is Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj's prayers is, we are not business people, right? I'm not doing business deal with you. When Lord asked him to take benedictions. So he says, my bhakti to you doesn't have any reason. What's the analogy he gives? In a different place he gives. Right? The analogy that is given is a magnet and iron filing. Like how both attracted to each other. Similarly, within bhakti and Lord, Jiva and Lord, there is nothing else is there. Nothing else is a motivation. That relationship itself is a motivation. That relationship itself is goal also. Right? The Jiva should have that understanding when he is doing bhakti. Right? Bhakti may give many other results, but that second result should never be the goal for doing. That bhakti is, then it becomes a ahaituki. If the Jiva has that mood that I have to do a ahaituki, right? I should not expect anything from Lord. that bhakti completely satisfies the soul. And ahaituki is one, right? I don't have motivation, but it should be uninterrupted also. Right? Uninterrupted means continuously. Satatam kirtayanto man puttasya drudagdata. Right? It should not be a part-time bhakti, or whenever someone remembers they do bhakti. That should not be the case. Right? Srila Prabhupada writes somewhere, for bhakti to be ahaituki, the apratihata, right? For uninterrupted bhakti, one has to have unmotivated bhakti. Right? That what happens with arthi, artharthi, jignas. Because their bhakti is motivated, once the motives are completed, they stop doing that. Right? Is it okay this way, or should I explain little more?
You can give
You're
more.
able to follow, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, yeah. So arthi, artharthi, jignasi, once they get money, they get desires fulfilled, their miseries are gone, they'll stop doing bhakti. So for uninterrupted bhakti, one should have unmotivated bhakti. And sometimes people do uninterrupted bhakti also. Of course, that is also motivation. We consider it as a motivation only. Krishna speaks about uninterrupted bhakti in Bhagavad Gita, two places. Two places. And also in Bhagavatam 1, maybe Bhagavatam can be many, of course. The word that is used is, anyone remember Krishna? Avyabhicharini.
14.26.
Yeah, Avyabhicharini bhakti. Avyabhicharini bhakti is, right? You do bhakti to Krishna only, not to other devatas. That's the meaning of Avyabhicharini. Another meaning is Vyabhichara means, right? Someone who is not chaste, like has many goals, not just one goal. Right? Avyabhichara means there is only one goal. That is Krishna. Right? It is not unmotivated bhakti, because there Krishna speaks this verse where Arjuna asks how to go beyond the moods. In the sense, how to get liberated. So if one want to get liberated, one has to do uninterrupted bhakti. By default, there is a motivation. What is the motivation? I want to get liberated. So uninterrupted bhakti can take us to some extent. If one has to do pure devotion service, it has to be unmotivated. Then only it will completely satisfy the self. So Vishnu Chakra Thakur speaks from the point of bhakti, qualities of bhakti, and Srila Prabhupada speaks this from what should be the attitude of jiva when he is doing bhakti, for that to become pure devotion service. And then Srila Prabhupada says, supreme dharma is prema bhakti. Vishnu Chakra Thakur says, supreme dharma is sadhana bhakti, and that sadhana bhakti gives rise to prema bhakti. That's a small difference if you can see the translation. Srila Prabhupada's supreme occupation for all humanity is loving devotional service. And Srila Prabhupada, yeah, it's a small difference, but these are the two things. Is it clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
There are two meanings, so we don't have to discuss two meanings separately already. Two meanings of ahaituki apratihata. So this shloka can be used in both contexts. Okay, we'll read. Yeah, we'll read part. Yes, Mataji. Yes.
But in Srila Prabhupada Purport.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji, if you can scroll down. Scroll.
Yeah,
Prabhuji, not that, but I'm really sorry. Translation. Yeah, so Prabhuji, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning the supreme occupation, and he defines it as dharma. So for a layman, it can be confusing, na, dharma.
Oh, very good, very good. I expected this question.
Because I'm just
very good. I think
point of view,
we
will see that Dharma is translating to loving devotional service. So you do your duty and then it will lead to, so it can be confusing.
Yes. I think last week also I mentioned, but I did not elaborate. Right? Many times dharma word comes, Srila Prabhupada or Vishnu Chakra Thakur, they translate as devotional service. But outside, dharma has many meanings. Why devotional service? I think last week I just mentioned a point, I did not elaborate. So dharma has many meanings, and depends on the context, one has to take the meaning of dharma. Right? In which context that word is used. Because dharma for different people is different. Which dharma is being referred? Right? No, children can have dharma, ladies can have dharma, men can have dharma, brahmachari, grostha, vanaprastha, sannyasi. Or particular situation, dharma is something, another situation, dharma. Particular time, one dharma, another time, another dharma. Right? You remember Nanda Maharaj, he went to take bath on Dwadasi day. Dwadasi day or some other time. Right? He entered a river few minutes before, and then Yakshas kidnap him. Something like taking bath in early morning is dharma, but few minutes early he entered, and then they consider he violated dharma. Of course, from that point of view, he has not violated. It's instruction of Kubera's instruction to get him to his loka so that Krishna will visit. Because somebody like Nanda Maharaj can never violate dharma. That was the meaning is that. So dharma has various meanings based on the context. Even normal word dharma also is based on the context we have to use. Because the word refers to many, it's a generic, very generic word. But here, to your question, Srila Vishnu Chakra Thakur answers this. Why the word parodharma is translated as bhakti. This verse answers second question of sages. What is the final essence of all scriptures? The essence is highest dharma. Paradharma. Highest dharma is paradharma. For anyone who is a human being, pumsa, meaning what is that highest dharma? Hearing and chanting about the Lord. Hearing and chanting is sadhana bhakti. That etavateva jiknasam tattva jiknasamatma. This is another shloka. It comes in 1.2.1.65. Right? Shravanam and Kirtanam is human beings have to do all the time. Right? That's a shloka for sadhana bhakti. So here, Srila Vishnu Chakra Thakur is quoting from 6.3.22. In 6.3.22, definition of word paradharma is given. What is the definition of paradharma? Yetavan eva lokesmin pumsam dharma parasmrutaha. Paradharma is called what? For human beings, what is parodharma? What is that parodharma? Bhakti yogo bhagavati tannama grahanadhivi. That is the only means for attaining final perfection of the life. Therefore, persons whose minds are fixed on the Lord engage in the intensive practice of devotional service. Right? So you see the parodharma definition. Parodharma for human beings is bhakti yoga, bhagavati. Right? So bhakti to Supreme Lord, which starts with nama japa, nama grahana. Adhibi means all remaining follows. Right? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Swaranam, all other things. That bhakti to Supreme Lord, right, which starts with chanting our holy names, all others, etc., etc. That is parodharma for human beings. So, as per this definition of parodharma, Vishnu Thakur and Srila Prabhupada are translating that as sadhana bhakti. Clear, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Any questions on the translation? Otherwise, we can go through the purport. Purnata Radha Mataji, clear for you now? Translations?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we'll see the purport. In this statement, Sri Suta Goswami answers the first question of sages of Naimisharanya. Yeah, this is little confusion. Vishnu Chakra Thakur says second question. Srila Prabhupada says first question. But otherwise, of course, even the questions are also little confusing. So naturally, the answers are confusing. Yeah, but anyway, point philosophy doesn't change. So we don't have to worry about right now in what angle they are looking at question. No, so because seeing that angle, the answers might be exchanged. The sages asked him to summarize the whole range of revealed scriptures and present the essential part so that fallen people or the people in general might easily take it up. Right? The confusion comes is for two reasons. Which first question or second question, first answer second. Because in bhakti, sadhana and sadhya is same. Right? The goal and means are same. So that is why this confusion comes. So philosophically, there is no mistake, but in the match following based on which mood acharya take, they may mapping like that. So it's not something that we have to worry much about. The sages asked him to, only thing if you have to worry is, if I say much, when I say much, in the question paper, of course, we don't have exams. Exams, whatever the teacher emphasizes, that you have to write. That's the only worry. Otherwise, here we don't have, so nothing to worry about, not even something to worry about. The sages asked him to summarize the whole range of revealed scriptures and present the essential part so that fallen people or the people in general might easily take it up. Yeah, yes, easily take it up. Anjasa. Anjasa is the word in first sloka. So Prabhupada is translated here, not sloka, first question. And then says, Prabhupada then gives, again, here comes that little confusion more. Not confusion. Prabhupada is elaborating on the second question also here. Right? So what Prabhupada is trying to do here, you can see, we may not know Vishnu Chakra Thakur purport, but Prabhupada is kind of summarizing Vishnu Chakra Thakur purport in his translation purports. Right? So by using the word loving devotional service to bhakti, Srila Prabhupada has taken Vishnu Chakra Thakur comment. Right? By giving the different meanings for ahaitukya apratyata, Srila Prabhupada is, probably he's using some other comment, or he's more, focused on giving the purport relevant to the jivas from the jivas perspective. Right? So in that sense, like if we see Acharya's purports and Prabhupada, right, Prabhupada kind of summarizes. Sometimes the word comes in word-to-word meaning. One of the Acharya's purport, another Acharya purport will come in translation, and mix of the purports come in Prabhupada's purport. Right? That we will see. So then we can appreciate Prabhupada purports more. Right? From the point of not understanding purport, you can understand all Acharya's purports in Prabhupada purport. Right? That's a shift we can make to read systematically. So next, first statement, he said this answering first question. The next statement is he summarized or translated the first question of the sages. And third statement is actually elaborating on the second question. Second question is Bhurni Bhuri Karmani Srota Vyadi Niyatparaha. Right? Says the Vedas have different paths, different recommendations. So out of all that, give the essence. Right? So Prabhupada is speaking that Vedas prescribe two different types. Look, there are many. All that many fall under two types. There are Pravritti Marga and Nivritti Marga, path of sense enjoyment, other is path of renunciation. That Pravritti Marga has two varieties of meanings also it takes. Right? Pravritti Marga, when someone is speaking these two words, Pravritti and Nivritti, from point of karma, jnana, Pravritti is karma kanda, enjoyment. Nivritti Marga becomes Nishkam Karma Yoga. When someone is speaking from jnana perspective, Pravritti becomes Karma Yoga, Nivritti becomes Jnana Marga. Right? From a point of Bhakti, Pravritti Marga means somebody who is dealing with the material world and engaging all his material facilities in service of the Lord. Pravritti Marga. Nivritti Marga means somebody who is Bhajananam. Pravritti Marga is something like, all those who 4 varnas and 4 ashramas. Right? So the pravritti, sometimes it carries, in the karma and gnana perspective, it carries lower meaning, inferior, where nivritti is more of a detachment. From point of bhakti, right, both are glorious. So it depends on what context these things are used. Path of enjoyment is inferior. Path of sacrifice for the supreme cause is superior. Material existence of living being is a diseased condition of life. Actual life is spiritual existence or Brahma Bhuta. I think some class, right? Prabhupada class, I think last class Prabhupada which is 1.2.6. Prabhupada uses 2 words, Jiva Bhuta and Brahma Bhuta. So Jiva Bhuta is diseased condition of actual life, and actual life is Brahma Bhuta. Whenever the word Jiva is used, Jiva means conditioned soul, and Brahma Bhuta means Jiva Bhuta means existence of a soul right now in the material world. Jiva Bhuta, Bhuta means existence. Brahma Bhuta means when Jiva is situated in Brahman. Brahman can mean Paramatma Bhagavan also. Brahman means it is just transcendental, beyond matter. So the 2 lives, 2 existences. Material existence is temporary, illusory, full of miseries. There is no happiness at all. There is just a futile attempt to get rid of miseries, and temporary cessation of misery is falsely called happiness. Therefore, path of progressive material enjoyment, which is temporary, miserable, illusory, is inferior. So, Pravritti Marga is a process in which people try to get happiness and get rid of miseries. This is the goal of jivas. Right? We want happiness, we want to get rid of miseries. Right? Both are same, of course, both are separate also, 2 different things. Right? From a material perspective, both are same. From a spiritual perspective, both are different. Happiness is different, getting rid of miseries is also different. Right? When Mayavadis they want to get rid of miseries. But getting rid of miseries doesn't give happiness. Happiness, yeah, of course, happiness may make us get rid of miseries, but getting rid of miseries doesn't mean getting happiness. I hope you understand this statement. I'm not elaborating. Some things I'm going quick, you can always ask me.
Prabhuji, if it is relevant, then only answer. Because why Prabhupada is bringing this new terminology, Pravritti Marg and Nivritti Marg?
What is a new means here?
Means, Prabhuji, Dharma Arth, like Prabhupada is saying, Vedas prescribe. So, Dharma Arth, Kam, Moksha we heard, right?
Correct.
So, can I connect it with this?
See, Pravritti Marga, Nivritti Marga is very frequently, right? Prabhupada mentions in purports also. This is there in other sampradayas, other places, is a standard terminology, Pravritti and Nivritti. Right? Because these words, this is Prabhupada is speaking because in 1 point, as I said, 1.1.9 is the first translation. Tatra Tatranjasayishwan Bhavata Advinishtam Pumsam Ekantata Shreyas Tanna Senshitam Arhas. This is the first question of the sages. Right? Anjasa means very usually, right? Whatever you determine to be the best for human beings, Ekantata Shreyaha, please tell us, Samshitam Arhas. This is the first question that is answered, that's the first elaborating first sloka. Second statement of Prabhupada. The second question says is asked is, Bhurini Bhuri Karmani Srotavyadini Vibhagasaha Athas Sadho Tretsaram Samudricha Manishaya Burhi Bhadraya Bhutanam Enatma Suprasid. Right? I said that's word suprasid. Enatma Suprasid is very common. The translation of the second question of the sages, 1.1.11 is, there are many varieties of scriptures. Oh, sorry, I'll just share that. Yeah. Right. Please try to memorize all these shlokas, first chapter. It's very, very nice and important shlokas. Second also. There are many varieties. This is a second translation, right? Second question translation, right? Which is what Prabhupada is explaining. Got the point, Mataji?
Yes,
So Vishwanath
Prabhuji.
Chakravarti, I mean, I am trying to understand what Prabhupada meant. It need not be Prabhupada may have something else also in mind. With whatever limited, we're trying to understand is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said, this is answer to the second verse, second question. And Prabhupada says this is answer to first question. So Prabhupada in the purport, what he's saying, he's also elaborating both the slokas, both the questions, and then giving his conclusion. Right? As I said,
Got it.
one question is on sadhya, other is sadhana. Somehow bhakti, the confusion comes is this is both sadhya and sadhana also. Right? And furthermore, confusion is not confusion. It's like people like in probably somehow we are just this Sri Vaishnava is not living. Last week also discussed Sri Vaishnava has two sects, right? They called Venkalai or Venakalai and Tenkalai, something like that.
Vadakalai and Tenkalai.
Sorry, Vadakalai and Tenkalai, yeah. So, like these two sampradayas, their difference is very small. So one says, without mercy of Lakshmi Devi, you can never reach Lord Narayan. Right? She has to be there in between. Right? You can never approach Lord directly, even if you approach Lord doesn't give mercy. That is one sampradaya. Another sampradaya says, it is even Lakshmi Devi is also via media, but even for one sampradaya says if Lakshmi Devi recommends, then only Lord will accept. Otherwise, Lord will never accept. Another sampradaya says it's not that Lord is dependent upon Lakshmi Devi. He'll take decisions independent of Lakshmi Devi. He can also choose to give mercy to any. Right? Other sampradaya says no. Other sampradaya say yes. This small difference, there are two sampradayas within that Sri Vaishnava. Right? Actually, doesn't make much sense. Like why they have to worry about that. Right? And then they quote this Sarvadharman Parityajya Mam Ekam. Right? When he said Mam Ekam, one say Ekam here means he never separate than Lakshmi Devi. One say another say Ekam means he's saying Ekam means Ekam or Lakshmi Devi is not. That's how they change the meanings. So the point there says Lord Sharanagati, all your activities. Yeah, point is this. That verse is a verse of Sharanagati, 18.66. Right? So Sharanagati, only the means of Sharanagati is not our surrender. The means of Sharanagati is right. What should be the is our bhakti cause of our liberation? Is our bhakti cause of our mercy, getting mercy of the Lord? Or
No.
Krishna's mercy is the cause of our bhakti?
Krishna's cause is
Krishna is cause, right? Okay. So I think some of you are Venkalai, Vadakalai. Anyone else is Tenkalai? Sorry if I misspell it. Okay. What is Damodar Lila says? Which is a cause of Krishna's mercy? How many causes are there for Krishna's mercy as per Damodar Lila? Okay.
2 fingers.
2 fingers, right?
2 fingers.
Not just 1 finger. 2 fingers short.
Our endeavor and Krishna's mercy.
Both are needed. Okay. So here is something similar. This is a shloka 19th chapter 5th canto. This is by Hanumanji. Prayer by Hanumanji. Yattat vishuddhana bhavamatramekam swatejasa dhasta guna vyavastam prajyak prashantam sudhyopalambanam anama rupam niraham prapajye. Right here, generally you see aham prapajye. Right? Aham prapajye is very common. Aham prapajya means I offer obeisances to you, I surrender to you. But here Hanumanji is saying, can you see? No, it's highlighted also.
Niraham.
Niraham. Right? I am offering obeisances to you. Right? At the end, that's how prayers end. But here, Hanumanji is saying Niraham. What's a Niraham here? Means without a material ego. What is that material ego? Right? When surrender, is it something like, no, you can surrender with ego also, material ego? Surrendering ego is there. Surrender with ego. Right? This is where this point comes. Like Prabhupada also elaborate in the purport that word Niraham. Yeah, Niraham. Anamarupam Niraham. Niraham means without material designation. No I-ness, ahankara. Right? Niraham means nirnischayena aham. Niraham doesn't mean Supreme Lord has no identity. But the stress is given that word aham proves strongly that it doesn't have his personal identity, because nir not only means negative but also with strong ascertainment. So these are the various meaning given. Right? I surrender. But here I without false ego surrender. What is it false ego that will be there when one is surrendering? When we are doing
Only
devotional
I.
service, what is the false ego that we'll have?
Prabhuji, we think that only I am doing.
I'm
Right?
the doer.
I am
Our
doing.
efforts are.
I am doing bhakti. I am doing devotion.
Mm.
I am a great devotee. I am surrendering to Krishna. Right? So of course, from our side, if we don't surrender, Krishna will not give liberation. Of course, Sharanagati. From our side, we should not think because I am surrendering, that's why Krishna is giving me. Because even if we surrender, Krishna need not. But without surrender, definitely Krishna will not. But if we think I am surrendering, that's why Krishna is giving, that is a false ego. Right? That's why the two fingers are there. But without second finger, first finger will never be complete. Of course, there can be very special cases where Krishna can give. Right? You can say, of course, Krishna is mercy, causeless mercy is also useless without our surrender. But there are many cases where Krishna's causeless mercy, even without our surrender is there. Putana, example of Putana. Right? So
Awesome.
that exceptions prove, right? That aspect of only Krishna's is the only person agent in that surrender process. But otherwise, our sampradaya mainly focuses on Niraham is definitely there. We don't claim credit for our mukti. Right? That's why the word Niraham here Prabhupada gives is without false. Right? So yeah, that's the point. So here the point is, when surrender, in the process of surrender, it's a Krishna's causeless mercy. What is the means of surrendering? Krishna's causeless mercy. Right? It's not by our surrender is called Sharanagati. Krishna's causeless mercy is Sharanagati. And Krishna gives causeless mercy and accepts us. What is the goal of that surrender? At Prayojana? Krishna only.
Same as the means.
Yeah, same as means and these are said. So I think why we are doing this? No, I don't know from where I got cut. Pravritti Marga Nivritti, right? We are discussing something.
Yes, Prabhu. Pravritti Marga and Nivritti Marga. Yeah.
Pravritti Marga Nivritti. Sri Vaishnavas, Lakshmi. Krishna is only goal and Krishna is only means. Something like, I forgot why it is. Yeah. But yeah, these are the points. Krishna is a means and Krishna is also goal. That the concept is there. Like bhakti is a means, bhakti is a goal. But our sampradaya has 2 points. 2 things are there. 2 things are given equal importance. Why equal importance? What happens if there is no equal importance? Of course, don't try to think about now other sampradayas, but just focus on ours only. Right? We don't know other sampradayas much to comment, but just I am hinting them so that we understand our thing more.
Prabhuji, relationship is two-way, na?
Very good. Relationship is two-way. Our focus is not just Lord. Our focus is we serving the Lord. Right? So in that sense, for the relationship to happy to be dynamic, right now both fingers are needed. Right? But actually I forgot why I started this anyway. Pravritti marga, nivritti marga, right? You are asking. Yes. Anything? Bhuri bhuri karmani. Somewhere I think I deviated from that.
No
Okay.
problem, Prabhuji. We can go back to.
Oh, we can go back. Leave it. Please leave this. The point is, Prabhupada is saying, Pravritti marga, nivritti marga, two margas are there because that is coming from that second question, right? Second point where.
Yeah, that's the essence. I got it.
Yeah, certainly. So unprepared is like this one. Fine. So we read purport again back. Yes, see, purport only going on. Further explanation will take definitely next class. Okay. This is sometimes polluted, but devotional service to the Supreme Lord, which leads to one is eternal, blissful, cognizant life, is called superior quality of occupation. That is parodharma. This is sometimes polluted when mixed with inferior quality. Right? This is where karma and gnana Prabhupada is bring. Right? Ahaituki. This is not ahaituki is one. Even the same can be applied for bhakti also. For example, adoption of devotion service for material gain is certainly an obstruction to the progressive path of renunciation. Renunciation or abnegation for ultimate good is certainly a better occupation than enjoyment in the diseased conditional life. Such enjoyment only aggravates symptom of disease and increases its duration. Therefore, devotional service to the Lord must be pure in quality, without the least desire for material enjoyment. Right? So if someone is doing mixed devotional service, right? Someone is coming to you, right, in our program and is doing mixed devotion. What do we say? Do we recommend? Do you support him coming for the programs, temple?
Yes.
Yes. Very good. Therefore, devotional service to Lord must be pure in quality without least desire for material enjoyment. One should therefore accept superior quality of occupation in the form of devotional service of Lord without any tinge of unnecessary desire, due to action and philosophical speculation. This alone can lead to perpetual solace in his service. We have purposely denoted dharma as occupation. Okay, I think Prabhupada is speaking something on this word. Purposefully denoted dharma as occupation because root meaning of word dharma is that which sustains one's existence. A living being's sustenance of existence is to coordinate his activities with his eternal relationship with the Lord. Okay, this is the highest definition of dharma. Actual definition of dharma. Right? And then, depending upon a person's material situation, what sustains that material situation is also called dharma. But actual definition is dharma is this. So in that way, Prabhupada is, is proving his point why he told dharma as bhakti. Of course, Vishnu Chakratak also proved his point. Paradharma, why he's quoting it as bhakti. Krishna is central pivot of, that's something which Prabhupada purports. Sometimes if you read sloka, you get some doubt. Most of the times that purport or one purport before or after, the questions are solved. The living being's sustenance of existence is to coordinate his activities with his eternal relationship with the Supreme Lord Krishna. Krishna is central pivot of all beings and is all attractive living unity or eternal amongst all other living beings or eternal forms. What is the shloka Prabhupada is quoting? Nityo nityanam chetanas chetanana eko bahunam go vidadhati kaman. Yeah, how it is being connected to the word dharma, to Krishna? Right? What is the definition Prabhupada gave for dharma? Think from that. Maybe let us see what is that shloka's complete translation. Right? Then it will be easy for you to think. Just let me search that. So Nityana. Nityana Chaitanya. Just a minute. Once I get translation, I'll share this. Oh, we got it. 1 minute. I'm just trying to go through purport so that we can just reading. We can read front and back to understand it better. That's why I'm going to elaborate. Here is a shloka. It's from Katha Upanishad 2.2.30. Right. Nityo Nityana. Right. Prabhupada says Krishna is central pivot of all beings. Right. That's a word we use. Krishna is a central pivot of all beings. Right? How this particular word Nitya Nityanam Chetanas Chetanana, that word is sentence shloka is making Prabhupada write that word. Nityo Nityana Chetanas Chetanana. There are many Nityas. Out of them there is one Nitya. There are many living beings. Out of them there is one living being. This is a Nitya and Chetana. There is one Nitya out of many Nityas. There is one Chetana out of many Chetanas. So that's what Prabhupada is writing. Krishna is the central pivot of all living beings. And that is further elaborated by Eko Bahuna. There are many, but there is only one. What he does, then how they are different, right? Everyone is Nitya, he is also Nitya. Everyone is Chetana, he is also Chetana. There are many, he is a one. Yeah, definitely he is a one. But in what sense he is special? Kyo vidadhati kaman. Right? Yo vidadhati kaman means everyone is asking for their desires, or everyone is dependent on him and he is fulfilling their needs. Right? That need can be spiritual world also, material world also. In spiritual world, our need is we need facilities, opportunity to serve Krishna. That is provided by him. In material world, we want facilities and opportunities to do sense gratification. That is providing. Right? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, now come to the purport. If it is clear, you have to explain the purport. Right? Here, from here we read. We have purposefully, it's time already 11 o'clock. Maybe I'll just read the purport and complete. Next week we'll discuss more on this purport. We have purposefully denoted dharma as occupation because root meaning of word dharma is that which sustains Once
From here,
exists.
Krishna is the central pivot of living beings.
Sorry, I couldn't get. You're seeing the purport? Hare Krishna?
Yes, Prabhuji, purport, yes.
Yeah. A living being's sustenance of existence is to coordinate his activities with eternal relation with the Supreme Lord Krishna. Krishna is a central pivot of living beings. He is all attractive living entity, are eternal amongst all other living beings or eternal forms. Each and every living being has his eternal form in spiritual existence, and Krishna is a eternal attraction for all of them. Krishna is a complete whole, and everything else is his part and parcel. The relation is one of the servant and served. It is a transcendental and is completely distinct from our experience in material existence. Yes. So here dharma is that point. When we do what we are supposed to do in relation with Krishna, that sustains us. Right? Because Krishna is the one who vidadhati kaman. He gives whatever we need. Right? When we situate in our situation, whatever is needed for continuing in that situation, Krishna provides. Right? That's the dharma at the highest level, spiritual level. So dharma is a common word, as said. Depend upon the situation, the word takes its meanings. Is it clear, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
So in this perspective, it is clear. Vishnu Chakra Thakur is like no exact definition from Bhagavatam itself is also given. So in both ways, it is clear. The relation one is a servant and served. It is a transcendental and completely distinct from our experience of material existence. This relation of a servant and served is a most congenial form of intimacy. Right? Just to make sure that servant and served wouldn't impose our material experience of master and servant. Prabhupada is, is saying that this relation of servant and served is a most congenial form of intimacy. One can realize it as devotional service progresses. Everyone should engage himself in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, even in the present conditioned state of material existence. That will gradually give one the clue to actual life and please him to complete satisfaction. Right? This is Prabhupada is many times essence conclusion he writes in the last sentence. So here what he's saying, even now we should engage in the present condition of material existence. In what kind of bhakti we can engage in present situation?
Sadhana bhakti.
Bhakti. That will gradually give one to the clue to actual life. What is that actual life?
Prema bhakti.
Prema bhakti, right? And then please him complete satisfaction. Right? So I hope the purport is clear, right? Every statement, every sentence, every purport has a connection of Prabhupada. Okay? And when Vishnu Chakra talk points, points means this elaboration of Aitikya Pratyata, next class we'll see. Time is done. It will take time. Actually, I planned for that. We discussing purport itself took time. So we'll read, maybe I'll just show what we are going to see next week. Next week also Sunday, I'm sorry, next week Saturday I'm traveling. Next week also Sunday only we can have class. After that again we resume Saturdays. Mostly next week what we'll see is I made a notes. I'll just show that what is coming up. So we see what is definition of paradharma. Okay, already we saw that. Right? This most congenial form of intimacy. Maybe we'll see some examples of how devotional service Krishna is most intimate, even though it is servant and served intimacy. And we will see apratihata, right? How apratihata and ahaitaki is needed even in material relationships. It has to be successful. What to speak of spiritual. So we'll see some example of Ganges. We'll see, right? And then here is a major one. Mostly we'll read. No, mostly this point we'll read because this is a big commentary, some 14 pages commentary by Jiva Goswami, right, on this how bhakti is not affected by any situations. So he elaborates so many things, right? He says, give examples of how in all scriptures bhakti is only mentioned, how different performers do bhakti, right? How bad conduct, people of bad conduct, good conduct, knowledge without knowledge, detached, liberated people, not liberated, nitya siddhas, sadhana siddhas, right? So like that, he gives in all situations how people in various yugas, how they practiced, right? People of different ages, how all types of activities also can be engaged in bhakti. All kinds of materials can be engaged in bhakti. All kind of senses can be engaged in bhakti. Like that, for each of them, he gives shlokas and proves it. So we'll see that next week. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Any questions? We'll take, otherwise we'll stop.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I have few doubts like Pravritti Marga, like Bhakti includes both the things, right? We can include Pravritti Marga as well as Nivritti Marga. Is that right?
Yeah. Bhakti, both can be used. Yes.
Okay.
In others, that's what I said. In karma jnana, right, one is seen as lower, other is seen as higher. Right? So as a
Yeah.
karma can't, when someone is using karma yoga, because the word pravritti marga nivritti depends upon who is the practitioner. As per that, they define it. That's not fixed. Someone who is karma yogi or karma kandi, they may think materialist are pravrittis and they are nivrittis because they are at least offering something to Krishna. Karma yogi may see karma kandi as pravritti and themselves as nivritti. A gnani may see karma yogis as pravritti and himself as nivritti. But when it comes to bhakti yoga, right, both pravritti and nivritti can be engaged in. And sometimes pravritti is better than nivritti also. Right? That's once we discussed that in Ishopanishad. Ishopanishad Bhakti Vinod Thakur quotes it. Right? Avidya and Vidya. Right? Where he says avidya is better than vidya. Right? That's a word. That's a meaning statement. That sloka meaning, mantra meaning. Says how come avidya is better than vidya? Prabhupada gives a meaning from in a Vedic meaning he goes. Of course, Prabhupada gives all types of meanings. Like all acharyas he combines and gives a full spectrum. Each acharya takes particular angle and speak. Prabhupada speaks purport and translation in a way which encompasses everything. Right? But Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, avidya is better than vidya. He says exactly the same question which you are asking. Pravritti, avidya equals to pravritti, vidya equals to nivritti marga. Some renunciant comes to bhakti. Right? Then he feeds material objects, material relationship as something obstacle for bhakti. Then he becomes hard-hearted. But if someone who is pravritti marga, who is engaged in material things, comes to bhakti, then his heart is open for relationships using matter in Krishna's service. Because ultimately when you go to spiritual world, it's full of relationships only. So someone is detached from relationships, but when they go to spiritual world, that detachment may be good in material world. When go to spiritual world, that detachment will inhibit his services, the variety of services that one can. In that sense, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, avidya is better than vidya. Of course, the mantra means that what is avidya, vidya, various acharyas gives various purports. Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives this. So, in fact, we can say pravritti and nivritti are same in bhakti, as a same equal opportunity. Where we can go to one step and say pravritti is better than nivritti.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So, but other sense in all other paths, which are not transcendental, which are materialistic paths like karma, jnana, pravritti is considered lesser than nivritti. In
Hmm.
bhakti, pravritti is higher than nivritti.
Okay.
Clear, Mata, this point?
Yeah, yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Like when we are in the conditioned state, like there is going to be always obstacles and all the other things. Like then we can't exactly perform our sadhanas. So how can we attain the prema bhakti is a very high position, like high exalted. So when we attain only the prema bhakti, there is not going to be any obstacles, right?
Yeah.
Before that, it's
There will be obstacles. That obstacles only to engage in prema bhakti, not to stop prema bhakti.
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, this point we'll discuss next week, Mata. Because Haitika Pratyata we'll discuss next week. So
Yes.
this we can discuss next this point. Yeah. Because
Yes.
that's mostly the same points we'll elaborate next week.
Yes.
Right? How the practical level also, how these things are obstacle and not obstacle also, it depends upon how we look at them or how we train our mind to get a best out of the situation. Right? If you start look from somebody else's perspective, then it may be, but when you start look from our perspective and how to improve, then it's just another opportunity. Yeah, it's just prasadam is prasadam. It's not that only paneer sabji is a prasadam. Right? Even bhopla sabji is also prasadam. So like that, you will go back to Godhead even by eating paneer or bhopla. So it's not that one material situation is obstacle, other is right. Of course, it's a very easy to say that,
Yes,
but at
Prabhu.
least we have to
Like
speak we have to speak philosophy as it is. That's why I'm speaking. But easy to speak, difficult to practice. But finally, actual perspective, there is no difference between both. That's the meaning of
whenever
ahaitukya aprete. That's the meaning of ahaitukya aprete. So when we are fixed with that and understanding, then it slowly becomes easy to see it in every situation. We have to train ourselves to see in that situation. Right now, how we can do. Then things will open. Things will be realizations will be quicker. Otherwise, if we only seek to do bhakti in easier situations, then we are not seeing potential of bhakti. We are seeing facilities of our good karma and considering it to be bhakti. Right? If you have to do bhakti, irrespective of situations, if we do, then you understand how I can do bhakti actually. So that's the meaning. That's the meaning of when we say ahaituki apratihata. So we have to cultivate that mood, to see the glory of bhakti. Otherwise, I mean, it's very place to say that, but that's what Bhagavatam says. That gives opportunity for us to see bhakti in all situations, practice it.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Even if we get a small obstacle, in my case, I'm focusing on the obstacle, how to solve that type of thing. Like I'm chanting and doing reading, but still, like if the obstacle comes, then I just first go and attend that. Okay, how to solve this, and then in that time, I can't focus more on Krishna, and my mind just goes to how to solve the problem.
That's why in sadhana bhakti, Guru says we have to do it whatever cost. So because we are not doing on our own, at least there are rules and regulations. Because that we try to follow irrespective of problems, and then slowly we understand. Right now, this problem came today, it went tomorrow. Another problem came tomorrow, it went after 1 week. Another problem came, and then it went after 1 year. Some happiness came today, and then it was gone after a few days. So when we are sticking to this path of sadhana bhakti, and we see like everything is changing, but okay, there is something that which I am holding to, right? And when we start holding to that, then we start more latching onto this regular routine bhakti that we do. Routine means what I say, like our sadhana than the changing situations. Right? I have got my point, Mataji, what I say.
Yes, Prabhu.
Right? Yeah. So that I think one of the maybe next week I'll play a small video clip of Radhanath Swami Maharaj, which he says, it's like, he speaks on Ganges, right? Sitting on the banks of Ganges and meditating. He says, I don't have guru, but Ganges taught me. Right? Externally, Ganges is having lot of waves. Right? But if some people go little deeper, the flow is constant down, and there is a lot of life, fishes, and so much things happening there, little deep. Right? So sticking on to sadhana, irrespective of what is happening in our life, right? See, those things will happen. We have to address it, but this should not stop. That point is that, at least first point is that, whether you get affected by it or not is the next question. Not stopping is a first thing. Second level is not getting affected. Third level is turning those things to advantage. That's the next level. Right? At least the first level is, irrespective of that, at least we'll do, even mechanically also we'll do it.
Yes, Prabhu.
Right? Then we start to go little deep. Right? When we go little deep, we understand, oh, the problem is actually staying in the surface is a problem. Then we go little more deep, little more deep. That's why somewhere we have to latch onto this bhaktis, right? Irrespective of situations. Then we slowly understand and go much more deep. Yeah, it's of course easy to say, but at least when we're discussing, we can discuss, because as we discuss, somewhere it clicks in, and then we may start to see. So yeah, next week we'll see these points.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
I don't know the difference between the Teringalai Vadagalai Iyengar subset, Prabhu. I know that the Vadagalai is more from Ramana Sampradaya and Teringalai is more from Vedanta Sampradaya. This is what I know.
Both are same Sampradaya only. Ramanuja.
No, they have Vedanta as a kind of Acharya, main Acharya for them.
Correct.
But Ramanuja also they consider, but Vedanta is the main Acharya for them. That's what
the way they interpret Ramanujacharya is different.
Okay.
Right. Otherwise, both accept Ramanujacharya, because probably the mainstream from Srirangam might be not following.
Yeah, could be
Vedanta Desika. That's why it appears to be separate. Otherwise, Vedanta Desika also quotes from Ramanujacharya, but very small difference.
And Tilak also different, Prabhu. They have a different Tilak.
Lakshmi Devi is
they have they put like a Tripati Tilak for the Vadagalai, and then Teringalai is more like a Gopi Chandan Tilak.
Yeah. Yes. They say it's simple. One say Lord Vishnu is the highest authority to do final thing. Even Lakshmi Devi recommends. It's he who actually finally accepts or rejects. But one Sampradaya says when Lakshmi Devi recommends, Lord cannot say. These are the two small points, and they have their own shlokas to prove it.
Okay.
But fine, both are correct. That's the point. Yes, our Sampradaya says both are correct. Two fingers solves everything.
Yes.
Right, yeah. So
thank you.
That's why, like some of those bigger controversies, right? Our Sampradaya solves it easily. Right? Yeah, that's the main point which I want to say. I don't know why I went that direction. I forgot actually. But yes, that's a point. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So
Hare
next week is on Sunday. Maybe I'll put in a group also. Sunday same time, 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna, Mata. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.